It's a pleasure to welcome all of you. Thank you for coming up in such large numbers. As you saw yesterday, we had a wonderful inauguration of Terminal 2 with the Honorable Prime Minister of India. We are delighted to have him here. And he was, of course, in the presence of the Governor of Karnataka, the Honorable Chief Minister of Karnataka, Union Minister Prahlad Joshi, Minister Somana, and so many other dignitaries. And it was an absolute pleasure to have all of them here. But for me, it's even greater pleasure that all of you are here today, and I have an opportunity to explain to you a little bit about that I have the opportunity to explain to you what went behind this terminal, what our thought process was, etc. So, with your permission, can I start? You know, we've been home to one of the most vibrant aviation markets in the world. You've seen the sort of growth in aviation that we've had in the last 14 years. It's been exponential, and particularly Bangalore. And I often say this, the biggest strength of Kempegowda International Airport is the fact that it's the airport of the city of Bangalore. The city is our biggest strength. It's an amazing economy. It's the capital of the startup capital of the world. It's the technology capital of the country. It's the Silicon Valley of India, and so on and so forth. And that's really what gives us the power. The fact that we are home to such a large urban migrant labor population. That's the reason why we're such an amazing city, and because of which we have tremendous growth. So over the last 14 years, we've seen incredible growth in aviation, and as aviation grows, our responsibility is to make sure that we deliver the capacity that's required to cater to this growth, right? So over the years, you've seen we've added various elements as far as the capacity creation is concerned. So before we move to Terminal 2, I think it's very important to also explain to you it's not just about Terminal 2. This program that we have done is actually a capacity expansion program of the entire airport. We have to be sure that we are here ready to be able to cater to the next 10 years of growth. So as far as that is concerned, when we started in 2018, it was important first take care of the most important thing. What's the most important thing in the airport? It's the runway. So we started with the runway construction in 2018, and by December 2019, we commissioned second runway. And all of you are aware of that. Along with that, we have also had to expand the capacity of the entire system, which meant all the utilities, power, water, the entire access infrastructure. You've seen the Trumpet flyover, we have doubled the size of the Trumpet flyover. You've seen the roads that lead up to the airport. It used to be 2+2 lanes, we have doubled that with 5+5 lanes, and so on and so forth. So there's work done across the campus so that from an airport system perspective, we are ready for the next 10 years. And then of course, in the middle of all that is Terminal 2. And Terminal 2 is meant to create capacity for the next few years. What we have built right now is only phase 1 of Terminal 2. There is a phase 2 of Terminal 2 as well. When we were sitting together and thinking about what should be the concept of Terminal 2, very simple. Airports are gateways to a region. They are the calling cards of the region. And very simply, the answer for us was that the airport has to be a reflection of the city. And luckily, we have a great city to celebrate. We are a modern, sustainable city that's rooted in tradition as well. So keeping all that in mind, we decided to embrace 4 pillars, which we thought would be great dedication to the city of Bangalore. We said T2 must be a terminal in a garden. T2 must have technology woven into it because we are the airport of the technology capital of the country. Clearly, as a city, we are a city that balances its modernity and tradition with equal ease. And given that, we also felt that art and culture, heritage, traditions of the city, of this region of Karnataka must be celebrated. And of course, no development is complete in today's world unless it is sustainable. And sustainability also was woven into this. I'll speak of each one of this in a little bit of detail. The first concept, of course, is the terminal in the garden. Now, we started. The idea of terminal in the garden was, of course, Bangalore was always a garden city, and the airport must also be a garden airport. So that is a clear answer. And we felt that walking through the airport must feel like you're walking through a garden as you're traveling. And as you can see around you, that's exactly, and I think Prime Minister Modi said that as well, that when you walk through this terminal, you feel like you're walking through a garden. And that's what you're seeing everywhere around you. But we took this to another level. We said we must change that, not just terminal in a garden, but we decided to create a terminal in a biodiversity hotspot. And which meant that we must give home to a variety of plants, many species, and that's what we have done. So we have in the terminal alone inside, we've got over 6.5 lakh plants, over 6 lakh plants that are here across multiple ecological habitats in India. You will see around you that, when you walk through, you've got these amazing bells and rails that hang around you. Many people ask me the question, are these real plants? And I want to assure each one of you that every single one of these plants is real. And they will grow, they will continue to thrive. But the most interesting thing is that, and one might ask, what are these bells made of? How do you maintain them? How do you make sure they're watered? The great thing about it is that we've got an indigenous system. We've got a homegrown technological marvel that enables that we don't have to water these plants anymore. Once this bell is built, it's got its own system. There's a water reservoir at the bottom. It's got a pumping system that pumps water up and that waters the plants automatically. And all this is controlled because there are sensors across the board. There's humidity sensors, there's room zone temperature sensors, and all that is controlled using an app that has been also developed indigenously. Moving on, there are over 10,000 square meters of green walls. When you walk through this, when you go past towards domestic security, look at the green walls that are around you. They're beautifully developed. Our landscaping team has done a wonderful job. We've got our head of landscaping as well here, so you can interact with him as well. Prasanna Murthy, he's our Vice President Landscaping. He's done a brilliant job. You can have a chat with him along the way. We've got 620 endemic species, over 7,700 trees used to line our roads. They were, transplanted. They were taken out for the road expansion, and they were looked after for 4 years, and they've been brought back and planted where they were before. So, we never lost any plants. 95% success rate as far as the trees were concerned. And that's the way to grow, right? When you grow, trees should not die in the process. You must continue to help them survive. And from 80 plants to trees that are 600 to 800 years old is what you will see on your walk through the airport. Moving forward, like I mentioned, indigenous technology has been used across the bell and rail system of watering, plus anywhere else, any irrigation system that you see across, the technology has been developed indigenously. Potentially, with all this greenery, we're hoping that the temperature in this area will automatically be a couple of degrees lower, which means lesser load of air conditioning and so on and so forth. Moving forward, the other important thing was that we felt that it's not just good enough to put beautiful ornamental plants here. What's the legacy that we're going to leave behind? What are we going to give for the future generations? And for that, we felt that it was important to make sure that we take rare, endangered and threatened species of plants and give inside the airport a safe environment, a safe sanctuary for them to survive. So there are many plants that we know about endangered species of animals, but we don't hear so much about endangered species of plants. But there are plant species as well that are getting extinct. And we have decided to adopt about 180 of them, provide them a sanctuary, allow them to survive, grow and develop over a period of time. Some highlights, I think this will be shared with you, some highlights of some of the data points as far as the terminal in the garden concept is concerned. Of course, you will see much of this in the information that will be shared with you, and I've also spoken about many of this, so I'll move on. Sustainability, again, is something that's very close to our heart. I don't know how many of you are aware, but the airport is already extremely conscious of sustainability and has practiced this in a big way. So, for instance, we have a 4,008-acre campus. Across the 4,008 acres, we use only renewable energy. 100% renewable energy, and it's one of the largest renewable energy programs in the world amongst airports. And from a water sustainability standpoint, we are water positive as a campus. We have a water positivity index of 1.37. And Terminal 2, we felt, must also continue to reflect that ethos of sustainability. So, first of all, usage of natural materials. You will see granite that comes from nearby areas, bamboo, exposed brickwork, which Bangalore was always famous for. The P2 has skylights. So, today is a cloudy day, but if it was not so cloudy, you would see that we don't need to switch on a single light in the entire terminal because, and of course, we also wanted to showcase the lighting to you, but otherwise, we do not need to switch on any light here. So, all this natural light results in massive saving in energy as well. We use harvested rainwater for water supply. We've got 2 ponds that are being developed in front of Terminal 2. The water that's collected in these ponds will be used in Terminal 2. We also recycle all the water to ensure that that's used for landscaping, etc. Especially in the aftermath of COVID, we've particularly paid attention to the quality of indoor air so that passengers who come to this terminal breathe fresh air. The filtering systems that we use and so on guarantee you high quality indoor air. 24.9% energy savings with solar panels and skylighting. The skylighting already told you about, but once the terminal is operationalized, we'll also harvest all the space on top of the roof to produce up to 7 megawatts of power that will power this terminal as well. So in that sense, it will result in 25% saving in energy. And most importantly, all of this must have a result at the end of it. There must be a credibility, there must be a validation of our efforts. And I'm delighted to inform you, Terminal 2 is the first airport in Asia, the largest airport in the world to receive a LEED Platinum certification for a new airport development. This is a really big achievement because the standards for achieving LEED Platinum certification by the US Green Building Council is very, very high. And we have managed to achieve that with our efforts. So with that, I'll quickly play a short video that talks about our sustainability efforts.
Which administers the world's largest sustainability brand, LEED. LEED creates assets which are efficient in energy, water, waste, and carbon. LEED also makes good business sense. The LEED certified airport facilities across the globe are testimony to the triple bottom line: people, planet, and profits. Over 1,400 airport projects are participating in LEED, spanning 270 million square feet. The Bangalore airport was one of the first airports to achieve LEED by having the Terminal 1 certified in 2013. The journey continues with the Kempegowda International Airport Terminal 2 getting LEED pre-certified platinum. We are happy to share the news that the Kempegowda International Airport Terminal 2 is the world's largest airport to be LEED pre-certified platinum under version 4 building and construction. The airport will actually incorporate many salient LEED features, including energy efficiency, which is 21% more than the world's standards, 30% more fresh air than the world indoor air quality standards, 100% rainwater runoff, 20% open space, and many more. The Kempegowda International Airport also planned to bring their interiors under LEED, which will enhance the health and well-being of the passengers and staff. We will continue our partnership and move the Kempegowda International Airports towards the goals of decarbonization and net zero. Thank you.
to the third pillar of our design feature, which is technology. And like I mentioned, being the airport of the technology capital of the country, it was only befitting that this airport is also the best that technology has to offer in the aviation world. So starting to design every element, design, construction, and operation